La 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 la, wait till I get my money right.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Quantum Ascent. I got INJ up on the screen. Gonna dig into Altseason Targets waves 3, 4, 5. Just had to show you what we talked about back on May 26th when we were talking about our macro wave 2. May 26th is right up here. We were really close to nailing the top of wave 1. That black wave, and I said wave 2, I'm looking at 1065 to 892. Well, here is the bottom right here, and if we look at these numbers up here for the low back on June 22nd, the low is 897. I told you guys in May 26th, a whole month ahead of time, that I was looking for this level. Well, sure enough, that's where we got, and we bounced in a little ABC fashion. And we bounce and up and away we go, and here we are, already broke that wave 1 high, so we're working on the macro wave 3. So had to show you guys that before we dove into this a little bit more here. We know what we're talking about over at Quantum Ascend. And so, like I said, what we're doing now is trying to figure out what waves 3, 4, and 5 are looking like. So I don't have everything drawn. Let me get rid of some of this stuff for you. Boom, 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 boom. All right. What I'm looking at, I got a couple different targets up here. You can go check out some videos I did way back when on X to figure out how I got to those targets. My main target, though, is going to be this $103 level here for INJ. I'm drawing this out here. I believe that's a full extension of this range. We have not closed that range out, right? We got stopped out on the run up here to the 1618. If we're looking from Elliott Waves, we're looking at a 1, 2, 3. This was the 4, waiting on a macro 5. That's what we're working on, right? And the weekly right now, we've already done 1, 2, and we're waiting on 3, 4, 5 to get us all the way up there. So what do waves 3, 4, and 5 look like for this? So right now, this is on that macro. We can see that up here, like the 2618, slightly exceeds that last high. That's going to be an area of interest. Now, the other thing I want to do is I want to take the fibs on this macro 3rd to 4th wave here. That high to that low. Do we have confluence anywhere on these charts? Sure enough, we got a little bit right up here around that like $85 mark, that region right there. The 2618 that we were talking about at like 64. Not a whole lot from a confluence standpoint, except we do see the 1618 of this range is right in the thick of a lot of this stuff for INJ. Okay. And this oftentimes in this most recent range, the 618 to 786 is going to be a danger zone that we have to pay attention to. Now, where we're at here, we're 14 bucks. We're talking about getting up to 100. And so that is in line with a lot of the market with where we're at, guys. Like anywhere between like a 5 and 15x. There are some outliers. This right here, if we just go the full extension of waves 1 to 2, is about a 7x. We go that full blow off there, you're closer to a 14x. What I'll say is, hey, we get up here with pace and we start exceeding that, great. We can talk about these higher price targets. But for the time being, this first range, this waves 1 to 2, which does go all the way back to 2021, that range hasn't been closed out yet. And that's right around 103. And 100 is such a psychological number, especially for retail traders, guys. So, for now, like I said, that's the area I'm going to be looking at. On this third wave, with where we're at right now, oftentimes in the third wave, we're going to exceed that last high. So we either hit up to that high and get a little correction from there, or a lot of times we can exceed it and then back test it. So when I'm looking at this, especially on that more macro, I could see a situation where this thing runs up on the third wave, which is often the longest and strongest, up to around that $64 mark before it then drops back down into some of these retracements. You see that there's a major high right here, a lot of price action going over there. So again, we're speculating and we can go back to the drawing board if need be. But for now, pretty close to what we're looking for. And what I want to find is in this this green 4th wave here, we should be seeing Anywhere between like a 35 and 50% correction is typically how that goes. So in the event that we do just barely exceed that high, which it oftentimes do, again, could stop out right at that high as well, we want to be looking for 35 to 50% back down into these retracement levels. Well, you see that the 786 right here is at about 33%, 618 at 45%, that 702 right around 40. That would be a logical place for me for this thing to go ahead and top out on that third wave. Currently, from where we're at, that would give you guys a 4.5x from the current price level, in line with a lot of the other alts that I'm talking about, both on this channel and within my Quantum Circle group. So if this were the case, and this is how these moves, that first wave would be 144%. This third wave starting down here from the low would give us 600% or a 7x. And then if this were the drop, that fifth wave would put us at 166% or a 2.6x. Very, pretty textbook, right? You have waves 5 and 1, very similar in length. You have 3 being the impulsive wave that has the most juice, and that would be a 7x from that low. So for now, this is my base case on how INJ is going to be moving through these next few waves. Again, if we get up here in a wave 3, we can go back to the drawing board. We have a new range to close out, this third to fourth wave range. But for now, wave 1 to 2, that range has not been closed out. It's up there at $100. And $100, a nice round number. So I very much caution you if we get to that level. But right now, this is what I'm looking for INJ. Again, we nailed this green second wave. We called that low a month ahead of time. Right now, we're trying to call this a month or two ahead of time, a run up to that $65 range, a drop back down around 40, and then a blow off near the 100. So I'm going to put that in the description. And again, I will keep you guys in the loop as we get rolling throughout alt season here, because we have to be fluid. We have to be able to make changes. We have to take what the charts give us. But for the time being, it does look like we're in this green third wave here of the macro fifth for INJ. Relax. No, this isn't different. That was for my group. If you guys want, I have the Quantum Circle real-time trades, access to my portfolio, macro analysis every day, a Discord that I'm very active on. I'm teaching you guys how to do TA. Link to that is in my bio. If not, if you could follow, like, repost. Appreciate that you guys are here, and I'm trying to reach and help as many of you as I can. So hope you're having a great Monday. I'll talk to you guys in a bit.